So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this tutorial video, I'm going to explain you about the GeoServer. As in my earlier videos, I have developed a web application using OpenLayers as a front-end API and GeoServer for serving the geographic data. So today I'm going to explain you basically three kind of services which I had used for serving the geographic data. One is the first is the WMS web mapping service, then WFS web feature service, and third one is web WFS transaction. Basically, you can modify the shape and attribute of the features. So there are other services also such as WPS web processing services. In that you can compute the zonal attributes and all the other processings and web coverage service related to the raster data. But today in this tutorial I'm going to restrict it to WMS and WFS and WFST, and later on maybe I will explain about the in some other video about WPS and WCS. So first of all, you need to have a GeoServer installed on your machine. So you can go through my previous videos how to install the GeoServer. Either you can directly install the exe file on Windows, or either you can install a Tomcat and you can deploy the WAR file. You can go through my previous video. Otherwise, you can go on the web. You can type GeoServer and you can go on download here, and you can download. You can just click here, and you can download exe file also and WAR file also, like web archive file, and you can deploy in the Tomcat. And also, otherwise, you can download the exe file, Windows compatible file. So now after installing the GeoServer, you just go to the port, like I have installed on 8082. By default it will take the 8080 port, so you can go to localhost, just type here localhost 8082 slash GeoServer. So it will show you this page. So by default the username password is admin is the username, password is GeoServer. By default username password. You can anytime you can change this password. Now this is the interface of GeoServer. So first, you for the publishing any geographic data, you need to create workspace. You can create new workspace. You can go through my earlier videos on how to create a workspace. Then you have to create a store. There are so many kind of stores like raster data, PostGIS. If you have shapefiles inside the PostGIS, either if you have a shapefile in your machine, you can publish all the shapefiles at once. Then after that, publishing the layer, you can give the styling and all to the layer like this, as you can see in publishing. So these all things you can go through my earlier video and you will be able to publish a layer. And finally, layer preview. When you publish, so you can preview your any layer, such I will show you one layer of India district. So this kind of, now your layer is published. So now I'm going to show you two kind of services, WMS and WFS. So this is basically WMS. Right now, if you go to the layer preview of any here on this layer preview tab, and you click on any of the layer like open layer, so this is showing you the WMS. Basically it is serving the tiles, tile by tile, the PNG JPEGs of the actual feature is not coming. The tile by tile, basically you can say the tile by tile PNGs or JPEGs images of a feature is coming. So suppose you want to publish a raster data, so actual raster data, it will take huge amount of memory or resources. So what it will do, it will show you the tile by tile JPEGs and PNG small files. So same for vector data. This, see, as you can zoom in, you can see it is the images only, JPEGs or PNG. So this is web map service. Then web feature services, if you go on here, select one. So WMS is this, open layers, this PDF, PNG, these all are WMS. In WFS, these are the format: CSV, GML, GeoSN, KML, shapefile. So actual feature service means actual feature is coming. You are fetching the actual feature. So if I click on GeoJSON, so as you can see, actual coordinates of each and every feature, and the also the attributes like multi-polygon, feature ID. If I go down below here, these are the attributes. So we are fetching the actual data. So this is web feature service, and WFS basically. And after that, WFST, web feature service transaction, means you can change these values on the web. So I'll show you how to basically fetch the WMS, WFS and WFST. So also you can, there is an option called demos and demo request. So here you can always get the link, basically link or basically demo of all the services. Like WCS is for web coverage raster data. So as you can see, WFS means, suppose I will select WFS bounding box URL. So this URL, if you type this URL here, you will get the feature in GML format. This is also WFS. So basically inside any B box, basically inside any extent, you can change this extends bounding box, and you will get all the feature inside that. So there are variety of options in GeoServer, like intersect also. Intersect means if you if your one layer is intersecting with other layer, so, and with any feature, basically you want to select the points coming inside a polygon, so you can use this kind of thing, this URL. So you can change the layer name from here. This is the layer name, this is the format GML, you can give it to GeoJSON. And filter means here property name, the geometry, this is the point GML coordinate of the point which it is intersecting. So there are, you can check this out. And also for transaction means updation, deletion and everything. Like if you want to update the geometry of any feature, so you can use this query. So it will update the feature with this coordinates, which is having the FID, this one. So if you want to update any attribute, so it will update the attribute type with street of this feature. So there are so many examples of there. So you can use these URLs, basically these URLs, for learning about WMS, WFS and how. So I will show you how to use these in your application. So what I have done, basically I have created a very small page, as you can see here. If you go to my earlier videos, I have basically I have shown you how to deploy an application inside the Tomcat. So I have created a WebGIS folder inside the Tomcat, and I have created one this WMS WFS service, one HTML page. Here it is inside, and these are the links I have given for OpenLayer 6, and this is for layer switcher, means select switch on and switch off the layers, then Bootstrap and jQuery. So you can go through my earlier videos, so you will be able to download all these libraries and all that. It's a very small page. Basically in this page I have used OpenLayers, I have used Basemap as OSM here. So I will show you the page how it looks like basically. So this is my page. It's a very basic page. On the base map I have used the OSM, and these three layers I am calling from GeoServer. These are my basically WMS layers. So how to call a WMS layer in this page I will show you. So using the OpenLayer 6, I have created a group layer group image. So I have just given this link like localhost 8082 on which port I have installed GeoServer slash GeoServer WMS. So I am using the WMS service. After that parameter I am passing the layer name India district. So as you can see, if you go on the GeoServer layer preview, when you have published the layer inside the GeoServer, you can just directly copy paste this one, India district. So I've just copied here, then India state, then second layer India state. So if I want to change this layer, I'll show you. Third layer also I have added here. So let me change this. I'll show you how to change this. Suppose I want to add this United States layer. So I will top states. I'll just make it states, and here now if I will so state. So if I'll zoom to United States, so you can see here now I got this layer United States. So that's how, if you want to add a WMS layer, you can simply copy paste this, just give the layer this layer name from the GeoServer and use the WMS service. So you can fetch the WMS service like this. Okay, this is a very simple thing. So you can other code, you can very easy code like map.add layer overlays. I have added the base map, then mouse position is coming, like this is the mouse position. Then overview means this overview map, this one, and then layer switcher, this is the layer switcher, means this layer switcher, I can switch on switch off this layer. So now I'm going to show you how to use WFS, means in this only tiles are coming, this is not actual features. Basically this is the images, JPEGs. Now how to fetch a actual feature using WFS service, I'll show you. It's very simple. Just create any new layer, as I have created GeoJSON. This name you can give anything. New oval dot layer dot vector layer, then give source. Inside source you give the oval dot source dot vector, and format is GeoJSON. You can use GeoJSON, GML, anything. So I am using the GeoJSON, as I have shown you in the GeoServer. You have an option of GeoJSON and Geo. So I am using this GeoJSON. This is a very web friendly format. So this link, basically this link I am using, I'll show you the URL, and inside the URL I have given the URL. URL means this variable I have already declared. I'll show you URL. This is my URL. So if let me show you one example here, this URL. So this is the URL I have taken from GeoServer. WFS service get feature, I have given the name of the layer India state, output is GeoJSON. So this URL I am passing here, URL, and after that I am adding overlays.getLayers.post GeoJSON. I am adding into map.add layer GeoJSON. So now if I will run this page, I'll show you my GeoJSON file will be loaded. Like this is WFS layer. See, these are the actual features of state boundaries coming. I'll switch off every other. You can see this is the actual feature. If I click on this, I'm able to see the attributes also. So for attributes, basically I am doing nothing. After that, what I have done, I have just add one. Basically, I am calling one this click. This is the open layer feature map.on click. So on click, it will run this function highlight, and this is the highlight function. In highlight function, this is I am fetching basically the content feature.get gid. These are the three attributes I am fetching. You can fetch n number of attributes of a particular feature: gid, state name, and state id. As you can see, if I'm clicking anywhere, so it is giving 21, 30 name of the state and this thing. So you can fetch anything. Okay, so this is using the WFS. So this is one example of WFS. If I'll show you, you can even filter this. Like I'll show you this. In this, you see, after the India state and SQL filter GID is less than equal to 20. So wherever the value of GID attribute is less than 20, it will load the feature. If I again refresh this, so you can see only few features will be loaded. It has filtered the features. So basically, what can do, you can make it dynamic. You can give your drop downs and everything. Like in my earlier videos I've shown, you can give the drop down layer attributes, and based on that you can pass the values and you can filter the data. This is the two examples. Also there are other example, like another one is SQL filter intersect geometry. This, so you can give any geometry like any polygon point, whichever it intersecting, it will filter those features. Also by B box means bounding box, you can give the bounding box means upper left and lower right coordinates, it will filter all the features that. So now I'll show you, this is the WFS service. So now maybe you'll be able, you must have understand what is WMS and WFS service. But after that, if I want to modify this, like this feature, as you can see, when I'm clicking this point is coming. So I have, what I have done, I have added one, let me show you this one, interaction modifier. This is the open layers. Basically I'm using the open layer feature. You can interact modify, and I have given the layer source modified. So first I have created a source, then feature overlay get source. Feature overlay means whatever layer I am selecting it, I have created one more layer called feature overlay, and I am adding that selected feature in feature overlay, and I am modifying it, like this one. So interaction dot modify source underscore mod. So I am fetching the feature overlay dot get source. So here I have declared, as I will show you, I have created one more layer, feature overlay new oval vector, and this is the style of it. It will look like blue, in blue color. And then I am adding a feature into it. As you can see here, feature overlay dot get source dot add feature. Whatever feature I am selecting, I am adding it to the feature overlay layer, and after that I am adding the modify feature. So let me show you how to modify it basically. Okay, see, I'll refresh it again. You click here, okay, then this circle is coming. I'll modify the shape. I'll zoom first, so we'll be able to see. I'm modifying this polygon, as you can see. Okay, and also what I will do, I will modify, I will write one. As you can see, if I right now I'm clicking anywhere, this 450 value is coming for every GID for these features. Now I will modify this also. I will write save edit. Now it will give you the response of all the features. Yes, this is the server response is coming. Updated, as you can see here, updated 1, deleted 0. So it has updated. Now all the features, this all the feature one by one it will update. So now if I again reload this, now you can see here the shape has been modified. As you can see this shape has been modified. Okay, I will switch on switch off this, so you can see this is the WMS. Inside the WMS also layer, the shape is different now. You can see these black lines. So basically we are able to modify the shape. And also if I click on any feature, you can see the 550. I have modified it to 5, from 450 to 550. So what I will do, I will again modify this. I'll show you. Okay, this I'll make it 750. Again response updated feature. It will update every feature, whatever feature I highlighted. This I am just this message is popping up because I want to show you that it. Again I will load it so you can see the WMS layer of state. Now the shape is okay. Now shape is updated, and if I click anywhere, this value is 750 now. So this code I can show you here. What I have run, basically this function edit save. So in that, what I am doing basically, as you can see, this I am taking that value in the text box. This is the feature geojson.getSource.get features, means all these features, this features. Then it is counting if the feature length is greater than 0, means how many features are there, it is counting. Then one by one it is getting the geometry of each and every feature. It is taking the ID of the feature. GeoServer basically creates a very unique ID for each and every feature when you publish it. So it is getting the ID of that. Then I am writing it in the GML format. As you can see here, this format is ol format.gml. So I am writing it into the GML format, and then this is the same script which this script inside the GeoServer under the demo request, basically update this one, this query I am using, and update geom, two query I am using here, the same thing, update geom. So see this, if you compare this thing and this thing are same here. Only what I am doing, this is the layer name. You can make it dynamic. You can make a drop down. You can select the layer, then you can update. So this can be dynamic. Then this is the property, means the geometry column. Here you have to modify the geometry column according to your layer. Like I'll show you what is the geometry column here. So for my Indian district, this is the geometry column. So if this name is different in your case, so you have to modify this name here. Then value. So this is dynamic. This GML13, basically this one format. So what I am writing, these geometries which I have modified, sorry, here, this which I have modified into the GML format, and then I am passing this variable here, GML13. And also after that I am modifying the attributes. So you can modify n number. I have modified only one attribute like this now. From property, this property state ID, this is the attribute name. Then value, means this value is I am taking from the text box 750, that this one I am taking from the text box. Okay, so as similar, you can modify n number of, basically n number of attributes. Like you can copy paste this for another one. This FID is the feature ID, unique ID, because GeoServer generates a unique ID for each and every feature. If you go for layer, this one, if you click anywhere, so it will give you this FID. So this is GeoServer generates. So we have to mention FID here. So that I am getting using this .get ID function. And after that, this is the URL WFS. This is the request. It is sending it to the server, and it is getting the response text alert. If I make this comment, that request will not come. the response text. If any error is there, it will show you the HTTP error or some kind of error. This is very simple. You can modify shape, feature, anything. This is a very simple page. You can basically make it dynamic. Like you can create a drop down. So you will select layer. Then basically you can query on the base of the attributes. And after that you can click here and you can activate the modifier. Then you can modify and you can save. So you can make it dynamic. I'll show you what basically I have developed one application for this. Like I'll show you using these only. Like suppose, yes, if I select India district based on the GID or maybe district name like A. All the features starting with the name A will come. So I'll select this. So it will highlight here. Now if I'll click on edit feature, you can see now editing function is coming. I can edit the feature, but I will not edit it. I will show you how to I will add even attributes like Aurangabad. I will make it 1 2 or Aurangabad 1 2 here. Sorry, 1 2, and after that I will save edit. So it will save the feature now. Save changes saved successfully. So now it is refreshing right now. My PC is quite slow. It is refreshing. It will take a time now. Aurangabad 1 2. So if I'll again query this same thing, now you'll see the attribute will be changed. Aurangabad 1 2. Okay. So you can clear this, or this is your attribute has been changed. You can even change the shape. Let me show you the shape also. I'll change the shape. Okay, let me show you the shape also. Okay, I'll change the shape of some other layer. Okay, let me change here only, no problem. Aurangabad only. Okay, and again I will edit this 1 2 3. Let me make it 1 2 3. Then I will save edits. Changes successfully. So table it will load, or either what you can do, you can simply, it will take some time to load. Otherwise, if you next time you will query this, so it will change both the things, shape and everything. You can see the shape has been modified. Okay, if I switch off this edit, so it will not edit now, it will select only. Okay, sorry, let me go for India district again. I'll query again. So you can see now the shape of the feature has been changed. Okay, you can see the shape has been modified, and the value is Aurangabad 1 2 3. So both the things have been modified. I'll just clear it. Let me go for, so here Aurangabad 1 2 3. As you can see, the attribute has been changed. Let me check for some other. As you can see, while testing it, I have modified the shape of so many features. Let me again try to modify it. I'll make it worse. Let me modify this. You can see the shape of the feature has been changed. So you can see in the WMS also the shape has been changed immediately. Also, if you change the attributes, so it will change the color. So you can see the shape. Again, let me n number of time you can change this. Again, I will try to change this edit. Let me make a person call 50. I'll change this also. Change the color also. Oh, sorry, this I was not able to write 50. So now the shape is like this. So if I'll query it again, so you can see the shape, how it is looking, and also the person is 50 years, so color will be changed. So you can see the color has changed from blue to green because this value is less than 2 million. So that's how on the real-time basis you'll be, so it is updating all the attributes and shape in the server. So if you go to GeoServer and layer preview, so it will change this. It must have changed. You can see the color and everything. So this is the, I have used the same thing like I have explained here. I have used the same thing here and I was able to make it dynamic, more dynamic. And also like select the feature in, it will highlight the feature which are in your bounding box, like we list here. So whatever feature in the bounding box, so suppose I'll zoom it here, it will load only two features, I think. See, only two feature, and we will select here. This you can select here, vice versa. If you select here, it will highlight there. Also there is miniature length, clear all. Then WMS layer is also there. If you add any layer, it will zoom it to there. It will add here also. You can switch on, switch off. So this all I have done using the same services. Nothing on the backend side. Everything was done on the front end side. So I will this page I will upload on my Google Drive and I will share the link inside the description, so you can try to run on your PC or on your end, and you can modify it according to your need. Okay, so I hope this tutorial will be able to help you in utilizing the GeoServer WMS, WFS or transition services. There are other services also, WPS, but there is an extension for this. If you go on GeoServer, if you download the GeoServer, there are n number of extensions here, WPS. So you can download this and you can import into the GeoServer, and you can use W processing services also, and web coverage service also, WCS is also there. So maybe I will make another video for WCS and WPS definitely. So I hope this video will help you in understanding GeoServer and its services in a better way. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up to this video if you learned something. Thank you. Thanks a lot.